Another really encouraging class discussion last night, especially when we talked about the homework assignment and the way that your kids were able to use words to build other people up. The last 2 weeks, it has been neat to see how God is using your kids. He's using them to make a positive difference, to bring joy to others. It was neat, the range of ways. It got deep at times in our discussion. One of your students had a classmate who recently lost a mother, and he was able to provide words of comfort. That's something I'm not sure if I was in eighth grade, I had that ability to do. Just really encouraging. You keep encouraging your kids to do good things, to share God's word. Last night we talked about our words having power. God has actually given us power to make a difference. Power for the good or the not so good. And we talked about the joy of building people up with our words. And that moves us into the very last of the commandments. We're covering 9 and 10 this week since they are very related, the concept of coveting. And just a note, that first S in the SOAPs, make sure you're discussing difficult words. I found last night not all the kids knew what some of those words meant, like slander. So make sure you're talking about what the words mean. If we don't know what the words mean, we can't really get as deep as we'd like into the meaning behind the commandments. Anyway, coveting this week. Their homework assignment, perhaps an easier one. What I want them to, to think about is a story. It could be like an old fairy tale. It could be a recent movie. But so many narratives, so many stories are about people who are not content with what they have, and so they seek out more, and they end up suffering for it. This was actually a common motif in the Greek myths centuries back, and it's still a common theme in our stories today when we think about it, how people are not content with what they have, and they seek out more, and they or somebody else suffers because of their ambition. So see if you can come up with a story that illustrates this, and then be talking about the second homework question, what is the secret to being content in all circumstances? Give that some thought in your discussions this week. We're talking about coveting, and we're talking about being happy with what you have. God's blessings on your conversations this week.